So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
25 yards that time.
Well, these guys certainly need something good to go their way, because this first quarter has been something of a disaster for them trying to move the ball. But that completion there maybe can get them focused and moving in the right direction.
Tony.
21-0 our score after one. Texans football to start quarter two as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 18. That's it.
Mixon with a 1st down carry. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
A gain of 12.
Look at high.
1st down, Texans.
Once again, they win with Mixon. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? Because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And Stroud now to throw. Ball had his hands on it. Couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And that's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Holloway dumps it off to Edwards. Room past the 35. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Back to throw again. He's got it to Williams. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2. At the Texans' 30.
Up the middle, here's Edwards. And he'll only get a yard to bring up third and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Brings up third and
They'll look to throw for it on third and 1. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Forget the run on third and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. They'll run here with Edwards. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Only a yard that time, second and goal. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play. And now we've got a third and goal situation. Looking to throw. Holloway. Got a man and it hits him in stride. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deebo Samuel with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers are able to widen their lead in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they'll have this all the way out to the 50-yard line. Excellent field position.
After return to midfield, I just wish we could open up the heads of the offensive and defensive coordinators because right now the wheels have to be spinning because things just changed. Offensive playbook just opens up, and now on defense, do you play aggressively or do you lay back a little bit to try and calm things down?
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Houston.
Swap. Love a swap. Out to the right. Out to the right. Out to the right. Why, Tony? Look at hot.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that'll be off the mark. Too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. In the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Under. Hey, south.
Mixing up the middle. And he is going to lose yardage here. They need 12 here. It's third down.
Love it.
Now Stroud. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Here's Tommy Townsend now as he's on to punt for Houston. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bottling him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
Back to throw. Holloway. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And here's Freiermuth again. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating that.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And they'll accept that penalty.
Chris Boswell to kick off for
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it first and 10.
Here we go. Swap. Another swap.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
And the Texans first down.
Here we go.
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. return up past the 30. And he goes out of bounds just shy of 40, right around the 39. So solid starting field position. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And he finds his target. It's Schultz. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
All right. All right. Hey, uno. 11.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, uno. Hey, uno more.
Looking to throw. Stroud. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
18. Outside. Look to hot.
Operating from the gun. Stroud. They get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
19 Texans. 18. What's up? Hey, uno.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Stroud. And a quick throw there is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Hey, uno more.
They'll look to throw again. Open man, that's Jaden Higgins. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Hey, uno. Look to hot. Oh, right. 18. That's it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stroud working out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And now after that sack, we'll pause here a moment because someone was shaken up on that play. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. Got his man, Dell. They'll give him 4 yards there. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Caught left side, Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, go!
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. Breaks through the contact. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 38. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Holloway. Man open left side. It's Williams. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a group.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Boswell for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Steelers 42, Texans nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Here's 3rd and 7. Stroud wants to change it up with an audible.
Why, Tony? Look at hot.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that is incomplete.
His impatience has to be bubbling over, trying to find a way to get his team to the end zone for the first time. He did find a way to break contain and get outside to buy his receivers a little extra time, but the connection couldn't be made on that throw.
Out to the right.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. 4th down. Here's Stroud. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Steelers, they're going to take over an excellent field position. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Holloway. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Kyle Williams. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Stroud looking to throw. That's complete. Bernard. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
At the 41-yard line.
Hey, South. Thank you, Texas.
Stroud. He finds his man, complete. That's Schultz. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. Another 1st down, this time on a gain of 19. Now this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contour, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
2nd and 10.
Why, Tony? Look to hot. Great kick.
Stroud to throw it. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this one incomplete. I couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Y'all to the right. 18. That's it. 11. Hey, Uno. Buggy.
The throwing again is Stroud. They intercept Stroud again, the 3rd time in this game. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Steelers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
There he goes, left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kyle Williams, 58 yards. And the Steelers continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Extra point now by Boswell. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, they're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Caught left side, here's Dell. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down. Inside handoff to Mixon. He stiff arms it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Running right, here's McAllister. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Speed left, speed left.
And Stroud now to throw. Screenplay to McAllister. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line.
Brought down back at the 31-yard line.
On the give, McAllister with it. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as he'll be left with a 3rd and long.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
18, that's it. Rob it. Look the hot.
Here's Stroud. He'll complete this one to Collins. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Stroud. And incomplete on the deep ball. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but They've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. But I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Hey, south. All right, Tony. Ow, good try. Lucky. 18. That's right. Under.
Throwing now is Stroud. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 27 yards there, a 1st down. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
That is caught by Dell. We'll get whistles, and they signal for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, shot. Check out.
One last shot for Wilson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. Time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their